Ein Bastard darf nicht Thronfolger werden. Doch eine Frau wäre genauso schlimm.
Du wirst mein Aug und Ohr sein und mir alles berichten.
Gutmütige, gottesfürchtige Menschen, die ein Anrecht auf den Frieden und die Gerechtigkeit Gottes hatten.
Man hat uns verraten! Denkt er wirklich, wir würden seinen Sohn verschonen?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the joy I had with playing William was taking someone who in the book was pure evil and then adding a human side to him. I think certainly with our adaptation, my relationship with my mother, with Sarah Parish's character, enables me to make him... It gives him an explanation for being the way he is. And you know, that was certainly fun. How can you be a rapist and a mass murderer and still try and make people feel sorry for you? I mean, that's a challenge in itself. I was massively surprised by the American reaction, it must be said. I mean, at the end of the second hour you have the rape sequence with Hayley's character Aliena, followed shortly by this incestuous bit in the bath. And the Americans seem more offended by the incest than they were by the rape. And
Really?
Yeah. It's a sad state of affairs where rape is accepted as a normal televisual event and it's not shocking as much as it should be. I mean, it's arguably one of the worst crimes that you can commit.
Aging, I actually found aging down, becoming younger, trying to act younger. It was a really, really tough thing to do. I found going up to sort of 34, I found an easier transition, partly because of the costumes that we were wearing, the kind of the weight of the costumes sort of kind of gave you a physical weight, which was great. But yeah, I found the younger self a tougher thing to do. That sort of trying to recapture a sense of innocence and things like that, which obviously is 29 now. Definitely lost any sense of innocent 16. But yeah, I mean, it's an amazing challenge for an actor to, and a real joy to be able to kind of extend a character over. I mean, well, I'm 16 through to 34, so that's like 18 years.
Ich liebe dich, Aliena.
Ja, aber ich werde dich niemals...
Du hast es Vater versprochen.
Ich verkünde die bevorstehende Eheschließung zwischen Alfred und Aliena von Chiron.
Du wirst sie nicht kriegen! Aliena!
I mean, I used to ride horses anyway when I was younger, so the horse riding was something I already had horse confidence, but I mean, riding a horse and trekking through the New Forest is different to riding alongside 100 other people on horseback, all with swords out and just charging. We were practicing most days for the first sort of couple of weeks before we started filming, whether it be sword play, like with the broadswords and the daggers and just general horse riding. It was great.
We went away for we had a prep week before we started shooting and spent 4 or 5 days at a stonemason's yard just outside of Budapest, learning how to handle the mallets and the chisels, and getting to watch real stonemasons like expertly carve these hunks of stone. We were working on blocks sort of this big, and all we were asked to do was carve a curve in and a curve out and then 2 little steps in, and it took myself and Rufus pretty much the entire 4 days to do a single block, and the guy that was teaching us was just knocking them out in like 45 minutes to an hour. And the grace and precision that these guys have with their tools, it was magnificent to watch. It really, really, really was, and really, really tough to pick up. I mean, you just think it's just, you chip away, you chip away, you chip away, but no, it's a lot harder than it looks.
The great thing for me is that I'm a massive James Bond fan, and we got the cast list through, and I was like, who's playing my henchman? And I look at his name, Gert Otto. That rings a bell. I can't type him into Internet Movie Database, and it comes up and go, it's Herr Stamper. And it was brilliant. I was like, yeah, Stamper's going to be my lackey. Yeah, and he arrives on set the first time. We were there doing prep for the first week. And he comes up in this black Mercedes, and these 2 feet come out the side of beneath the door, and this man rises up, and the car lifts as this huge, gargantuan giant steps out.
Big man.
And he spreads his arm, and he goes, "Hello, David!" And he comes over and gives me the warmest embrace, and he's the most charming man, and it was a delight to work with him. Good question. I think period pieces are good ways to explore what we're going through ourselves, by displacing sort of humanity into a sort of. It's not strictly an abstract setting, because it's something that happened and existed, but it is a way in which we can isolate certain religious beliefs or emotional desires and look at them in that kind of way. And also, we just love the costumes.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're fantastic. It's amazing. Again, it's film on television. I mean, Pillars of the Earth was Ridley Scott, and Sergio being Spielberg's first for so many years. I mean, it was very much a film pedigree. With The Borgias, it's Neil Jordan. He's written and directed it. I mean, he's won an Oscar. I mean, you've got Jeremy Irons. He's the film pedigree. He's won an Oscar. You've got guest directors coming like John Mabry, who. There's a film called Love is the Devil that he directed, which is one of the most amazing pieces of cinema that has come out of Britain in a very long time. And you have this film quality production, but it's being put on television.
Es gibt keinen König, keine Königin, es gibt kein Gesetz in diesem Land.
Das Blut eurer Frauen und eurer Kinder wird gerächt werden!
Ich schwöre bei allem, was heilig ist. Ihr werdet eure Kirche nie bauen.
Und euch zum Trotz, Walleran bei Gott, werden die Menschen von Kingsbridge diesen Frieden finden.